Hello, everybody. David's back here with episode number 18 of Awesome Autographs and More. I've been traveling over the weekend, so I got a little bit of a backlog today, so I'll apologize in advance if this goes a little bit longer than normal. But anyways, we got, I believe it's 10 TTMs, not all total successes. And then I have a send-in return from a show, which we'll get to in a bit too. So to start out, first TTM was a 3-for-3 success. Took exactly 108 days. Mr. Kurt Busch. Signed two cards that I had of his. And then an autograph card. It came out pretty nice, actually. This one's a little bit dark. I don't know how well you guys can see. Let's see if I can get rid of the glare. Black ink on that card wasn't the greatest, but these other two came out really nice. Okay, so that's Kurt Busch. Second is a 2-for-2 success, came back in 16 days from Mr. Bud Selig. I got a mess on my hands here. That is Alan Inginter card. Mr. Selig was, as many of you probably know, commissioner of Major League Baseball, and he was in that position from 1992 to 2015 and was elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame as an executive in 2017. That's Mr. Bud Selig. Next, we have a return, 2-for-2 success. In 42 days. This one's for my action-packed set, Mr. Dick Groat. He played baseball from 1952 to 1967, and in addition to my action-packed, we got a signature card signed by him. He played for 4 different teams, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, Philadelphia, and the San Francisco Giants, although the majority of it was with Pittsburgh. That was 9 years of his career. Excuse me. Next return was a 3-of-3 success in 17 days. Interesting story behind this one because I never heard of the guy. His name is Bob Beall. He played Major League Baseball in 1975, and then again played from 1978 to 1980. 3 seasons with the Atlanta Braves, 1 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. But anyways, I had purchased a card of Mr. Frank Duffy to send out, which I have not. I take it back. It did come back. I think it was a couple of videos ago. But anyways, this was stuck behind the card. And I thought maybe it was a second card of Frank Duffy, but then I looked at the back and found out who it was. But I had never actually heard of him, and it worked out, or what have you, that he played for both Pittsburgh and Atlanta. So I sent him these autograph cards in addition to the trading card, and he signed all 3. Pretty cool. Always nice to get a surprise once in a while. Okay, one of my next not so successfuls, I took a shot at Mr. Joe Torre, and it came back as undeliverable. The address does not exist. The street does not exist. I'm pretty sure I got this off of sportscollectors.net. So I'm going to have to do some research and see whether it's something I can send out again or not. And It's the main reason for sending this out, by the way, let me pull it out, is the action-packed card. Although I do have a couple of other cards in there as well. So I will do some research and see what I can come up with on that. And next is a football return. In fact, it's the only football return because the rest of these, I believe, are all baseball. We'll find out as we go, but I think the rest of them are baseball. Anyways, here we have Mr. Carl Banks, played for the NFL from 1984 to 1995, mostly with the New York Giants, also a season with the Washington Redskins, and then 2 with the Cleveland Browns. This was a 3 of 3 success in exactly 100 days. And grabbed a couple of the cards. These may have been the only cards I have. I thought this was a cool one to send, but obviously the black ink on there is not showing up real well. And I'm not quite sure why he signed that one in black. Unless, oh no, sorry, it's blue. It doesn't show up on there either. But anyways, these other 2 cards are really cool. They're all cool, but those 2 showed up nicely. I'm not going to have enough stands today, I bet you. Okay, next return. Again, back to baseball. This is an interesting return. I sent this gentleman 2 cards and got both of them back, and both of them back signed. Mr. Dave Stenhouse. For the Washington Senators, he played 3 seasons from 62 to 64. And then I sent him this card, and in addition to him signing it, apparently he had his son signing it. I was waiting for this to come back because I have some cards of Mike I want to send out, and I was going to send this out in addition. But obviously I don't have to send it out now because he's already gotten it signed for me. So we'll have to get the Mike Stenhouse cards out in the not too distant future, assuming I don't even know if I've looked up for an address yet or not. But anyways, that's done. Next return, baseball again. This is 4 for 4. Took 46 days from Mr. Jesse Barfield for my 1990 Leaf set, and put in a couple of extra cards as well. 88 tops, I believe. Yeah. And I believe this one's an 86 tops. And then a second Leaf card. Mr. Jesse Barfield. He played from 81 to 1992. 9 years for Toronto and 4 years for the Yankees. Next return was an blatant unsuccessful return. Kind of thought it would be, but I figured I would take a shot at it in the dark anyways and see what happened. I sent 2 cards to Mr. Tony Oliva. I wanted, obviously, my action-packed card signed. And then I had this other one I thought would look really cool signed. So I sent the 2 cards. They both came back unsigned. So obviously those aren't going to happen that way. I'll have to see, maybe there'll be a private signing or something somewhere along the line that I can get that one signed. Now for our last TTM is a 4 of 4 in 23 days, and I believe it was a $5 fee. But again, cards for my 1990 Leaf set, and then a few extras that really came out awesome. I'm very glad I sent them all. 2 cards for Leaf. Cool 1990 Diamond King, I believe. And then a 91 studio card from Mr. Tom Herr, who played from 1979 to 1991. Was an all-star player for the 1985 All-Star Game. Excuse me. And he played for St. Louis, Minnesota, Philadelphia, New York Mets, and the San Francisco Giants, most of which with St. Louis. 10 of his seasons were in St. Louis. But really cool cards. I like the way they all came out, so glad they all went. Okay, so now I got a few more stands here I can stick in there if I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 7 more returns here, so I have not enough stands. We're going to have to figure this out as we go. Do they all? Yep, that one doesn't work, so sorry. We're going to just do some moving here until we make this fit. There we go. Okay, a few weeks back, the East Coast National happened. I want to say it was maybe 2 weeks ago. Week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember which weekend it was, to be honest with you. They had a bunch of football players, all of whom I kind of wanted to add to the collection, so I managed to get them all done. Anyways, first one is Mr. Ken O'Brien or not for a set necessarily, but an action-packed card. It's just, I go after I just like the action-packed cards so well that I get, no matter which ones I have, I try to get them signed. Second is a former quarterback with the New York Jets, Richard Todd. I remember being a big fan of his back in the days. I can't remember exactly what year it was he kind of came in. I want to say it was the late 70s. Took over kind of as Joe Namath was on his way out. So had an opportunity to get a few cards. I actually have a fair number of his cards, again, because I was a fan back then. Next was another Jets player, Bobby Jackson. Had these 2 and this one. These just happened to be the 3 cards I had for him, so sent all 3 of them to get them signed. Gonna have to overlap here somehow. This is gonna fall down on me, I'm sure, no doubt. Next, the last 4 anyways, are the New York Sack Exchange from the Jets. I actually have this card for each of the 4 players. So I sent them all 4 of the guys were there. And I had this additional card, which I really liked. It's just a really cool card in my mind. So that's Mr. Joe Klecko. Next up is Mr. Marty Lyons. Only had this one card, signed this in gold, which is very hard to see on the camera. And at best, it's somewhat visible in person. And that was the only card of his I had. So that was it. And Abdul Salam, the 3rd member, also signed in gold. That was by my choice because the card was so dark and the green in the background. I don't know, I think if I had a choice again, I might try silver, see what happens. I may have to buy these, get my hands on these cards again and try doing that in silver. See if it looks any better. And then the 4th member of the group was Mark Gastineau, also signed in gold. I think it would have been better if I had him do it in blue way down here at the bottom. But it's there. You can see it. His signature's not as clean either. And then I have this 22 score football card of his, which I got signed, as that is the primary set for football that I'm trying to get autographed. So I think this is it's either my 3rd or 4th card in the set for autographs. Let's put that one up front, and we'll put him here. And that is it for this video. I do also have a purchase that I made that I'm going to do when I finish this video. I'm going to sit down and do another video with that because I purchased a bunch of cards for my 1990 baseball leaf set. And there's just too many of them to add to this video. So let's put episode number 18 in the books. Thank you all for listening. Please push the like button. It's right about there, I think. And then also subscribe if you'd like to be notified of these videos as I make them and post them. I knew that was going to happen as I post the videos. Please subscribe. I promise I don't knock the entire set down every video. But anyways, thank you all very, very much for your time. Thank you to all the athletes for signing the cards. They're all awesome. Feel free to throw some comments down there on anything that you see that you liked in particular or whatever. And we will catch you all next time for episode number 19. Talk to you later. Have a great day.